It's the most dangerous race in the world. Its challengers are not who you'd expect.
I'm a lawyer.
I'm a dentist.
I'm 74.
But they are willing to risk everything to cross the finish line.
I was hypothermic and dehydrated.
Some will make it to the end. Others won't be so lucky. Now, share their incredible stories of triumph, struggle, and inspiration.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. Have you ever wondered, what some people do in their spare time? I mean, like, what does your dentist do? Or your teacher? Or the grandmother who lives next door? Maybe you'd better take a closer look at the people in your life, because you might just be surprised at what you'll find.
They came from all over the world to the wilderness of British Columbia. Ordinary people pushing themselves to extraordinary limits. Physically,
There you go.
mentally, and spiritually. In a 9-day, non-stop race over 320 miles of harsh, unforgiving terrain. Even though the surroundings would be breathtaking, this was not a vacation. It's designed to be the hardest 9 days of these people's lives. Horseback riding and running in sweltering heat. Swimming in freezing rapids that ran off glaciers. Bushwhacking through dense forests. Scaling mountain peaks. Crossing rivers by shimmying on ropes by night. And scaling huge ice formations by day. Why would anyone put themselves through such discomfort and danger? Well, 350 people faced the challenge. They were from every background. Lawyers, dentists, housewives, fathers, even this 74-year-old great-grandmother was ready to take the plunge. They formed teams of 5 each, including at least one woman. The entire team would have to cross the finish line together. If any team member dropped out of the race because of illness or injury or exhaustion, they were automatically disqualified. Everyone knew one false move could cost them the race, or worse yet, a life.
Ouch. Woo, baby.
46 hours into the race, some people were already injured or just too drained to go on. But those who continued traveled day and night. At this point, they were only halfway done.
This is miserable.
People dropped like flies, while others continued hiking across massive glaciers. The wilderness that surrounded them was awesome, but who had time to really take it in? Many survived on a few hours' sleep a night. Along cliffs and on top of snowbanks, no one could really rest. Bearing exhaustion, hunger, dehydration, blisters, and pain, holding each other up when they couldn't stand alone. They put themselves into this situation, and now they would have to do whatever they could to get out alive.
I sweat just looking at these people. I mean, all of our guests today chose to put themselves through the ultimate physical, mental, and emotional challenge. They each joined a team of 5 in a grueling 9-day race over 300 miles of wilderness, depending on each other for survival.
Team Scar, pushing themselves to the limit.
Just being here and doing this damn thing, challenging ourselves, working together, that's what it's all about to me.
Team Eco Internet, one for all and all for one.
Our team's strongest point, I think, is the fact that we all work together very well. We don't have a lead.
Team Lou Lieberbaum, going the distance against all odds.
This is a ball buster, and I don't even have balls.
We came all the way here to do this, and I think we're determined to go as long as we possibly can. So yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna give it our best. and I'm gonna come through somehow.
Everybody, please welcome Team Lou Lieberbaum. Team Eco Internet. Welcome them. Welcome everybody, Team Scar. This is Team Scar. Now, Dan, what do you do for a living, by the way?
I'm a dentist.
Let's go over here to our Team Scar. Mickey, why was this race so important for you?
Well, one reason, my dad is legendary in our family for proposing to my mom in Yankee Stadium and put the ring in a box of Cracker Jack, so I wanted to top that, so that was part of the plan.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on. I would be frightfully scared, Jason, to do something like this.
Yeah, my biggest concern and fear going into this event was failure, not being able to complete it. This is an absolute team event, and my biggest concern was if I fail, then I'm going to let my team down.
The scariest parts, I understand, of the race for one of our guests was climbing thousands of feet of rock and crossing dangerous ice glaciers. What was the biggest problem about that? It wasn't the ice, it wasn't the wind, or it wasn't the cold. It was the fact that one guy was scared of heights. We'll meet him next.
Closed captioning.
They made it with 14 hours to spare, but now they feared they had pushed themselves too hard. Eco Internet was already in the lead, continuing forward almost effortlessly. Other teams had to learn as they went along. This was particularly hard for Mickey of Team Scar, who had a terrifying fear of heights.
I've always, my whole life, had a fear of heights. Dealing with my fears, I think, is on a personal level, that's what I'm getting out of this most of all.
Put your foot on the ice like this, walk away from it, and then the wall's gonna start. You lower your bum down, and you put your feet in front of you.
As he learned to cross the ice, he had to face this fear head on. But at this point, there was no turning back.
Right on! Gonna cross?
He had to make it to the finish line and ask for Kate's hand in marriage. But first, he needed to make it out alive.
You're a guy who's afraid of heights?
Yeah, I guess.
And what was it like for you up there crossing the glacier?
You know, by that point in the race, we'd been through so much, the danger of the race had really kind of set in, and that part didn't seem that dangerous. And like Jason said, you're concerned about the team, and there was no question I was going across.
Did you inform these other people that you were scared of heights?
I was the 5th member of the team, and we had a...
Oh, boy, that's great to hear, isn't it?
You told us after the fact, after we got on board.
We had a very extensive tryout process, and I didn't let on I had a fear, but I think they had a good idea when we went to do our first real climb. I got out of the car and threw up all over the place. I think they had an idea.
Now, Greg, you just saw yourself crying there.
Yep.
Now, when you look at that, I mean, you're a tough guy. I mean, this is a real...
As they progressed to the rapids, they were no longer playing to win. Just crossing the finish line would be victory enough. Their survival instincts had taken over. Kate was waiting to hand Mickey his bike for the last leg of this grueling ordeal. She had no idea what he planned for her, if indeed he finished. At 11th place, a boost of energy kicked in, allowing them to pass 2 teams within an hour. And finally, after 8 days, 7 hours, and 53 minutes, they crossed the finish line in 9th place. Mickey's dream was about to come true.
You supported me forever, and I just want to ask you if you marry me.
Oh, my
Oh, yeah. You did this all by yourself? This is the best. This is the best day of my life.
They were winners, after all.
So everybody, welcome Mickey's Kate. I mean, here they are, betrothed, I guess, or close to it. Hey, Mickey, good to see you. Hi, how are you? So did you have any idea this was happening?
No. It was a complete surprise.
If you had not finished the race, would you have asked her?
Yeah.
I ask stupid questions like this all the time. That's what we do.
We would have carried him across so he could have done it.
That's right. You know who this guy is?
Yeah.
The devil amongst you all. This is Mark Burnett, and this is Mark Burnett's deal. The Eco Challenge is all yours.
That's right.
And you've thought it up. You work it every single year. You lay out the plans. You lay out where it's going to take place. And this year it's going to be in Australia.
Yeah, Australia, August '97.
Now, in 1996, there were 70 teams that started. How many finished?
Just 14.
14 out of 70 finished in British Columbia?
Yeah, it was very, very difficult.
Okay. Find a way for these people to come back because I think a lot of them want to do it again.
I'll work on it.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Mark. We'll be back right after this.
Tonight, it's a must-see night you've never seen before.
Sweet, fancy Moses.
First on Friends, the mystery of the hidden idol.
Is everybody else seeing a troll doll nailed to a 2x4?
And here it is, a special Thursday Third Rock.
Don't you deserve a little time out for yourself? No.
Then the Seinfeld that dares to be different.
It's illegal, it's dangerous. Oh, mamacita.
And heads up, a special Thursday Men Behaving Badly.
I'm good.
4 great must-see comedies NBC tonight.
Want to see it again?
As Mayor of Woodbridge, I put more cops on the street and still held the line on taxes. It's about priorities. New Jersey needs a governor willing to step up and change education. We need full-day kindergarten, a tuition tax.
First of all, I want to thank the Discovery Channel for providing us with all that unbelievable footage, and to all my guests for allowing us to take a look into their personal experiences. Would you like to go back?
Yeah, I'd like to go back.
You're definitely going back, Jason, somehow.
I have to go back
James.
somehow, yeah.
Right, okay. And what about over here, Team Scar?
We're there. We're signed up till the year 2005, I think.
Kathy, you just don't like finishing second, right?
We need to win, yeah.
And here you do. You have to, stare these guys down. Here are the defending champs, and I'm sure you're going back, right?
We'll be there.
Absolutely.
There you go. Ian, you're going back to your native Australia, right? So.
All my old mates.
There you go. There'll be enough Guinness back there. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you all very much for joining us. It's been a great hour, draining and sapping as it is. I play golf, I'd like you all to know. Thank you very much out there. Until next time, America. Tomorrow, thanks to our viewers, 2 young teens are no longer missing. Find out how you help reunite them with their families tomorrow.
Promotional consideration provided by...
What's the easiest way to close an ordinary